Hey guys, today this video is not going to be like my usual silly videos. As you will all know, 2 months ago, I got my first ever paying job. I just got a call back after I did a job interview. And I got a job! And I believed that it would be stressful, but I'll be able to get on with it. Unfortunately, today has not been one of those days. Today I have endured abuse and hate from my customers that wasn't my fault. Today, some customers had a birthday party. They were celebrating in a different room that they had planned, they had arranged, they had booked, everything was fine. An hour later, around 100 people come into the area. And then an hour later, when the lunch rush begins for the restaurant area, another 100 families, completely separate, come in. The lunch rush was going to be hectic. It's literally called a lunch rush for a reason. I was alongside 2 other people who I'm not going to name, but we believed that we could get through this. We were so wrong. There were so many people there today. The line went from the till all the way out the door. There were that many families ordering food at once. It was hectic, and every time I was on till, I would give the orders to the kitchen and they would bring it out. Unfortunately, since there were so many people coming in, orders were going in faster than they were coming out, so I had customers waiting there for ages, just waiting for their food, not knowing what was going to happen. So they were getting rowdy, and not to mention the fact that my co-worker, who I'm not going to name again, every time that I was not on the till, so I may be doing a coffee, maybe checking up on the kitchen, maybe restocking, something that didn't involve me on the till, I would put him on the till. He would not give the orders to the kitchen. He would take the order, and he would completely forget to give that order of the hot food to the kitchen staff, so the order was never made. I had a family who were waiting there for an hour for food worth around £73 worth of food. They waited there patiently for an hour, watching other food go out of the kitchen, only to be told, when they confronted me, that their order hadn't even made it to the kitchen. I was shouted at so many times today. I was told that I was worthless, that I wasn't doing a good job, that the way that I was handling this situation was appalling, that I should be ashamed for making these customers wait so long for their food. I was abused today by my own customers for a situation that wasn't even in my control. They knew who they were served by. They remembered who was on the till. My manager came up and asked them, "Who was it who served you?" And they all pointed to my co-worker, the one who didn't give the orders in. But every time they would come up to me, and I would be shouted at, I would be personally attacked, I would be... It was horrible today, the way that people treat us. I went on my break 3 hours later than I should have done. And I sat down with my lunch and I cried. Because the things that were said today about me to my face were genuinely some of the most horrible things I have ever been called. And the worst part is, I doubted whether I could even keep this job any longer, and I considered so hard. I considered resigning my position and giving in my 2-week notice, because the abuse that day that I had received was so awful that I just couldn't handle it. And it was for a situation that wasn't even in my control or my fault. But the customers, the way that they treated me, made it feel like it was. It felt, the way that they treated me, they made me feel useless. They made me feel like I wasn't doing a good enough job. They made me just feel, they just made me feel horrible inside. They just destroyed me with the things that they have said today. And this is just a message to customers and people out there who are going to anyone who is front of house staff. When you are waiting for your food, when you are seeing that there's a massive queue, when you are thinking of shouting at someone because your food is taking too long to come out, because there is a massive rush, don't attack the people who are just the messengers. Don't attack us, just the till register people that did nothing wrong. We stood there. We listened. We took your order. I went out to the kitchen to ask how long your order would be, and I was still yelled at. I was still called hurtful things, and yet it wasn't even my fault. But they still said these things, and this is why you need to think twice about when you are saying these things, because I didn't get a single apology from any person that day. Not a single apology from anyone. It still hurts me, and it just comes to show that us caterers and front of house staff and till register people, we're human too. We have feelings. What you say to us has an impact on our well-being and our mental health. And today, the things that customers said to me hurt me really badly. It has fucking ruined me. And they didn't even apologize for the things they said, knowing full well that I was not responsible for any of the things that happened today. So this is just a quick message for anyone going to restaurants or pubs or shops or just anything. Take a breath when you're dealing with these kinds of situations, because we are trying our best to make you happy. So please don't hurt us. Think when you're treating us, because we are humans too. And I have been ruined by the things that have been said to me today. So please just think twice before you say these kinds of things to us.